Burger music. Music so bad that it actually confuses you as to how someone could listen to it for reals. You guys see what I did there? Like I said for reals because we're gonna watch some reels.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
But before we actually watch the reels, I have all of these videos labeled with something to help me remember what they were about. And this one's called I Can't Believe This Song, so I'm pretty sure I know exactly which song this is gonna be.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I cannot believe this.
Honestly, I think one of the worst bits about this song is that the description is filled with like an entire essay with actual information about the song and obviously about the guy making it. So there was one comment, I'm pretty sure it was the top comment, and it was like, this song has a maximum of 10 words, something like that. So I counted. Obviously, you've got
Oh my god,
that's 3,
I can't believe this.
which is 7. Sometimes he says
Yo, I can't believe this.
so we're gonna add one more for yo. We're gonna add one more because sometimes he says cannot instead of can't.
I cannot believe this.
And then he has this little part where he goes like off script and he goes, it's just, so that's 3 more. So what is that, a total of like 11?
You stupid n.
So with a total of 12 words, you really have to wonder, did he actually write this down, read it back to himself and think, I can't believe this, it's perfect. Okay, for the next one, I do not have high hopes for it. All the link says is 6 afraid of 7 in like all caps. Okay, so besides the really shitty lyrics, the song just sounds bad in like every single way possible. First of all, the effect on his vocals is really pissing me off because it sounds like he's done so much, just piling on all these garbage effects like he's in a landfill, because this is garbage. Okay, that flashy effect, whatever the hell happened at the end of the video, is something that 10-year-old me would do after finding After Effects for the first time. Like, bro's really out here just spamming effects like now you're spamming punches against Choso and JJK. But maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Let's focus on the actual meat of the song and take a look at the lyric. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Chomp, 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 chomp. There's no way a grown man actually thinks this is like tough. Talking about some 6, 7 and why was 6 afraid of 7? He's a grown man. He's got a bigger beard than me. Oh, brother. Okay, the next one we've got is just called Iced Tea. I guess that doesn't sound too bad, but you have to remember what the video is about, so it is gonna be that bad. Roll the clip.
You're like a Long Island iced tea. You got me fucked up. Wow.
Yeah, that was it. And if I'm being completely honest, the only reason I added him to this video is because I recognized him. I mean, this guy's an icon. And if somehow you don't recognize him, he's the guy that sung that song about Sonic. Gosh, what a tongue twister.
Looking like Sonic.
Got up on stage around 9 and the next day they called it a cop. In between that I was on some time and back home and back in the car. Bring that to a beat.
Shit is bubonic.
I tried to find the original video, but at this point, it's just lost media. So we're gonna have to do with this. But let's go back to the original video and stop like fawning over this guy and his amazing talents. His original video about Ice-T doesn't even make any sense. Like, he literally just made a statement and called it a day, and then decides he wants to slap musician in his IG bio. Okay, this next one, it just says Eminem. Anyways, let's take a look. Okay, serious question. After hearing that, we have to wonder, like, at what point do we stop calling this kind of stuff music? Because let's be honest, it's just sound. It's just like a whole lot of sound mushed together in ways that they don't want to be put together. It's like trying to fit a square block in a circle hole and just mashing them together until something comes out of it. And that's exactly what he's done. He's found like the craziest beat, he's put a bunch of effects on it, and then he just started screaming. I would say he's rapping. I would say he's doing something. He's just screaming really fast to make it sound like he's doing something cool. Again, this is something that like 10-year-old me would find cool if I could do it. Like if I pulled up to my friends one day and hit them with one of these, everyone's gonna think I'm the hot shot on the playground. But this is a grown ass man. Okay, the next one here says demon in the night. Hopefully it's not some like shitty alpha male thing. You know, like he's forcing a deep voice. He's got his hood up and he's like, yeah, I'm a Sigma male, like a demon in the night. Some bullshit like that. Let's take a look.
I'm a demon slayer just like Tanjiro, but I'm a demon in the night just like Nezuko.
I'm a demon in the night like Nezuko. Demon in the night. And then compares himself to a 14-year-old child. Interesting. Okay, fine. I'm kidding. I know exactly what he means. Okay, Nezuko turns into a demon and demons can only exist at night. Okay, I know what he's talking about. But, you know, he could have Yo, did I just say writ? What the He could have rewritten those lyrics to make it something like I'm a demon in the night. Like who's that one hot chick from Demon Slayer? You know, that one hot chick with the I need to like shut the hell up sometimes. Holy shit.
Yeah, man, Jaeger, I'm gonna make you die. Yeah, man, Jaeger, I'm gonna make you die. Yeah, man, Jaeger.
Why Eren out of all anime protagonists? There's a lot of anime characters that I could think of that could kill people, that have killed people. So why Eren Yeager out of everybody? My first idea is that this guy's knowledge on anime just like is non-existent. Like this is the type of guy that would swear to you that solo leveling is anime of the year just because Sung Jin-woo makes him cream his pants with all of his aura farming or whatever. Also, this is all he's posted like ever. So maybe he made it to the big leagues and is working with like some of the best as like a songwriter or something. But when I tell you that the last one is by far the worst one we've seen, like even the link is weird. It just says Mummy Milkers. Anyways, let's just get this over with, man.
I trust big honking god, mommy milk.
Okay, wow. There's a whole lot to unpack there. I don't know how to say this nicely. Like he looks like the type to either make this kind of music or at the very least listen to this kind of BS. Like, you know, when you think of the Discord mod or avid Reddit user, you know, thinking that goth mummy milkers are funny enough to make an entire song. Yeah, he's definitely fitting the stereotype. Like a black man trying to steal. And no, I don't think this is satire because he has so many videos doing this bullshit. And don't you worry, all of the comments are calling him an Israeli IDF agent, or at the very least are going against what the hell this guy's singing. Why would you ever create something like this? Please stop. Do we deserve destruction? Bro, I love these pictures. You know, these pictures with like huge words like, what was he cooking? Or like, oh, our brain's shrinking. Yo, I'm so easy to make laugh. What the hell? What the fuck? Me cracking Labubu? Who put that? What does that have to do with the video? And even his own comment on the video got ratioed hard. And then later in the reply, someone just told him to shut up. Bro, what? But let's be honest, these guys are just normal people who don't really know what they're doing. But what about when known people make music? You know, internet personalities or VTubers? Because Iron Mouse ended our 2025 or started 2026. I can't really remember. It's kind of all just a blur. But Cry For Me was one of the most talked about things as soon as it came out for all of the wrong reasons. One of those reasons being that it objectively sucked. Like, look, Iron Mouse might be a good content creator, but her voice is fucking annoying. Especially doing that wah wah wah, bro. It's so fucking annoying. Like it has, like her voice has this certain sound. And then don't even get me started on this guy and the deepness of his voice. Like it's giving Valorant E-Data. Like, you know those guys who force their voices to go deep.
Stop forcing your voice.
Okay, obviously not that much, but I'm sure you get the point. And this kind of seems to be the same throughout most VTuber music things. Just anything to do with music and VTubers, it's just a train wreck. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with being a VTuber. Not wanting to show your face is completely fine, and you shouldn't be judged about it. Yes, I know, I do it too. You could get rid of the fucking elephant in the room, okay, we know. The only issue with VTubers are the fans. Just like most things out out there. Like, you know, Valorant's not a bad game. It's just the fans.
Riz, learning how to Riz in Valorant, renting egos to make Valorant, Riz, Valorant. Who let him cook? Who let him cook? W Riz, who let him cook? Like, shut the fuck.
K-pop isn't that bad, it's just the fans. So VTuber fans are these like stereotypical like weirdos because like just look at their avatars. Who do you think is going to be more inclined to watch a VTuber that looks like this with all of these fucking physics?
How's the Gooner Queen doing? I'm not a Gooner.
Anyways, that reminds me of that one concert that went really viral because the crowd went absolutely crazy when he like showed his eyes. Roll the clip. Honestly, his voice is pretty good, but I will never be able to get over the fact that he looks like a Genshin or like a Woo-Wa character. And by the way, this wasn't his song, it was just a cover of Shinu Noga Iwa. I think I pronounced that really well.
We do not care.
Yeah, I didn't really plan out this section. It was more of an intermission to get onto what I really wanted to talk about. Katseye. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this one. Ever since they were at the Grammys, I've been waiting for this one. In fact, I have an entire video planned on them, trying to find like the actual reason why they're so hated. The main reason I saved them to be the last point on this video is because their fan base, like the really bad part of it, is on par with the bad parts of like Stays or Armies, Blinks, you name it. Just every single toxic fandom, the icons are like up there with them. And considering they're like one of the newest fandoms out of the ones I just named, they might be the worst ones, considering they're unfunny, toxic as hell, and are D1 glazers for anything Katseye produces. It's so annoying. Like eat zucchini, Tesla, gnarly, fried chicken, gnarly. You see where I'm going with this? They eat this shit up and then they look you dead in the eyes like, what do you mean you don't like the song? What do you mean you don't like the song? You don't like fried chicken? You don't gnarly. Like, it's okay to say that your favorite's discography isn't perfect. Anyways, they got nominated for a Grammy. How that happened with them singing about fried chicken and gang. The only way I see them getting a performance at the Grammys is
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
and Hype has a lot of it. So, you know, I'm not ruling it off the table. Anyways, let's focus on the actual performance where they decided to play Gnarly. Out of every single one of their songs, they decided to play Gnarly, the song where they just throw it back and sing about fried chicken and Teslas. Are we serious? Do you know who's in the room with you right now? You're performing in front of some of the best musicians of our time. People like Lady Gaga, Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler the Creator, the Kendrick Lamar. Come on, you're singing in front of the GOAT about boba tea, fried chicken, and oh my. I'm pretty sure every single one of the comments was talking about how they should have sung Gabriella. But honestly, to me, I feel like this is mainly the case because it's just their most popular song. But to me, anything besides Gnarly and God forbid Internet Girl, anything besides those two songs would have been fine. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm saying that the girls in the group aren't talented. Trust me, they are. If you listen to some of their good stuff, it's clear that they have talent. It's just that the people making the actual music, the writers, the producers, it's like they don't care. Like, they don't care about the actual like making of music. They only care about like going viral, which is gonna turn Katseye into somewhat of a meme group, I feel like, if they keep going down this path. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully you learn something, because the video's over. Bye bye.